Welcome to Sports Talk with Kifue, and I'm your host, Kifue Njabulu Masha. Today, I'll be reacting to what I've just watched. It was my first ever time watching the NFL for like a season, first ever time, and yeah, man, for me as an African, it was very weird. Okay, for me, especially as a South African, I'm used to rugby, right? So I know what a fullback is and what a winger is. I know most of these positions, but it's not the same position. See, you guys have fullback, you guys have center. There's also a center in rugby. There's also a fullback in rugby. But we don't. You can't block in rugby. You don't pass forward in rugby. You don't. In rugby, you can only pass back, and you don't wear the padding, the helmets, and the rules are very different. So kind of had to teach myself like on the fly. So this is my reaction to the last two games that I've seen, and these are my favorite quarterbacks. Basically, is Pat Mahomes and Lamar. Lamar was the one that really made me watch football. To be honest, Lamar really got me into watching football, the NFL, because American football, not football because football is suck. American football because last year I watched I'd watch Undisputed, and then everyone was raving about this quarterback and the highlights. Whenever I saw his highlights, it was just so amazing. So I was like, I have to watch American football. So now I had the chance. So now we have ESPN. So now me having the chance to watch him, and I just enjoyed it. But yesterday, that playoff loss, that's on him and that offensive coordinator and that O line. They need to get Lamar a wide receiver. He needs to get it. He needs to get an O line that can actually block a blitz. Those dude, those dudes couldn't even block a blitz, and he needs another wide receiver besides Antonio Brown Jr. Age, but you Hollywood, besides Hollywood Brown Jr., he needs to get another wide receiver that's great so that he can excel at what he's doing, because he doesn't have any options to throw to. And I don't know why the offensive coordinator didn't make more plays for them to run short in the first half. For him to hit it to Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews hardly even had a catch in the first half. And guys, like, I'm a novice in this, so don't. Mark Andrews hardly had any catches in the first half, and in my eyes, I think Mark Andrews, although Travis Kelce is way better than he is, but I think he's up there in terms of catching tight ends. I don't know too much, but from what I've seen, he is right up there. You can trust him. Lamar can trust him when he throws it to him. He catches the ball almost every time. So I don't know why they didn't make more plays for him. And those slots were just open for him to just throw it short. And the Bills said, "You are not gonna beat us using your feet. Use your arm." And what did Lamar do? He always tried to use his feet. This Bills defense ended up, there was a time where they were in a stretch where they were stopping the run, because leading up to this match, everyone said this Bills defense can't stop the run. And at the beginning of the game, I was like, "Ooh, they're gonna be in for a very long game match." And then Justin Tucker and the Ravens go on a run. They get a field goal. Tucker misses it. And that was strange. Me knowing Tucker is that he hardly ever misses. So when he missed, it was like, and he missed twice in one game. The win was crazy. But Lamar needs to do better, but he's been improving bit by bit. And this team wasn't actually supposed to be even in the playoffs if it wasn't for him. They were on a 6-game winning streak. So yeah, them losing to the Bills, not really. I'm a bit surprised, But I'm not surprised. The Bills were just a, they were just better yesterday. Everything was going the Bills' way. I mean, Justin Tucker missing 2 field goals. That man hardly misses. He's a 90% kicker. And how many 90% kickers are in the NFL? Not a, he's in a league of his own. So everything was just going, and even Lamar throwing a pick six, an intercept, when the game in the red zone, when he's never thrown an intercept in the red zone throughout his entire career. He's done this 49 times. And on the 50th time, when he needed someone to actually catch it and for it to go to someone, it gets intercepted. So it's that one time where things just didn't fall for him. It just wasn't the Ravens' day yesterday. And even the center throwing it all over the place. Lamar was having a hard time even catching, receiving the ball from him. That's why Lamar even got concussed. It was because of that center, and he couldn't even pass properly because that O-line couldn't block the blitz. And moving on to today's game, Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Oof, that was a great game. I mean, no man, the Kansas City Chiefs were playing against the Cleveland Browns. Always thought this was going to be a close game because they lost the Kansas City Chiefs during the regular season. There's a game they lost to the Raiders, but it was after a bye. They hadn't played for 20 days. And Cleveland had just won a playoff game. And this was their first playoff win since 95. So it's been a very weird game. It was everyone was saying same old Cleveland. When we get to the playoffs, you will get knocked out in the first round. They won. And even today they showed resilience and they still came. Baker, he threw an intercept. This was his longest time, I think, in his career going without even throwing an intercept. So he was bound to throw an intercept. He was bound to throw one, and he threw one in the biggest match of them all, in his biggest match of his career so far. And yeah, there was no coming back from it. But the defense, Myles Garrett was immense in sacking Pep. That Cleveland defense was always getting to Patrick Mahomes. They were getting to him. Myles Garrett as a defensive end, woo-hoo, even when he was injured, he was still getting to Henny. I respect Myles Garrett. I respect that defensive line of the Cleveland Browns. But when it was 3rd and long, in the final play, and they blitzed the quarterback, and Henny was like, after Mahomes gets a concussion, and he gets off the field. And it's 2 days, and my two favorite quarterbacks both go down with a concussion. And I'm a novice, so I really need like players to like those certain players that I like to actually be there so I can watch it till the end, because it's all new to me as a new person. I'm still learning the rules. Oh, it's 3rd and 15. Oh, when it's 3rd and 15, it's actually 15. You also actually get to the first down line. Oh, a catch. So I'm still learning everything. And the Cleveland Browns I don't remember who was number 28 though. He had a chance to actually get a touchdown, and he doesn't get a touchdown. The ball, that was one of the biggest plays in this playoff game. And I feel like Cleveland didn't win because those small margins, they didn't go for them. You know, it's those small margins like in the Ravens game. If those small margins don't go your way, you're not gonna win any playoff game, no matter which sport you play in, because in the very elite echelons of sports, small percentages that count. Let's say I'd be practicing to like 80% and you be practicing to like 81%, that extra 1% gives you that edge over me. And if everyone is training, or if everyone is just that 1% around me in my team is just that 1% better than you guys are, we winning. It's always, and especially in like one-off playoff games like these, that one or small percent, if things go for you, you're gonna win. If they don't go for you, you're gonna lose because you only have one shot. You better use that moment because it ain't coming back again. So really loved watching the NFL. I really love watching it. So I'm gonna be watching the Super Bowl anyway. I'll be watching the Super Bowl. It will be my first time ever watching the Super Bowl, and I'll be having like a reaction to the Super Bowl final. Whoever is there, I get it. One of my favorite player, the one that got me to watch the NFL, which is Lamar Jackson, is out. But I'll continue watching the NFL because it's interesting and it's really great. And I really love, not really love, but I like football. I love rugby way more, but I'm really liking American football. It's really growing on me. And yeah, guys, please subscribe to the channel, comment down below on what other sports you'd like me to, or what other matches you'd like me to react to or to watch, so that I can do reactions and I can give it like my take on it, so that I can also learn, because I'm learning as I go along. I'm learning American football. I'm also learning basketball, cricket, rugby, football, proper football, like soccer, as you call it. I already know those. I've played those. Tennis, I know. So if there's any sport that if there's any match that you'd like me to react to, please comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep posting this content. I'm out, guys. Love it.